Hi there, Sebastian. This is John, your piano teacher, but I bet you knew that. So today I wanted to look at the next piece in the book that you're working in, right? Yesterday, a couple weeks ago, we started working on the New World Symphony theme, and I hope you're practicing that. I want to hear us play that next week, okay? We're going to work on that. But I figured I would give you a little preview of what happens soon. You see here it says 1, 4, and 5, 7 chords in the key of G. And this is a really common concept that we're going to use a lot as time goes on, right? First, we're going to talk about a G chord with your left hand. See how it says 5, 3, 1? Then we're going to make a C chord, also known as a 4 chord in the key of G. It's going to go 5, 2, 1. Then we're going to play a G, and then a D7, or a 5, 7 chord, and then back to G. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that goes on my hand, and you're going to do it too. I'm going to go 1, 3, 5 on GBD. Then 1, 2, 5 for G, C, E, and then back to G. Make sure you're using the right fingers. It's really easier to do this when you use the right fingers. See that? That's the next chord. I have an F sharp with my pinky, D, and C here. So I'm going to do it all at once, just like it shows in the book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, try that all by yourself. That's right. You should be able to do that pretty easily, I bet. You're a really good player. Just, it's important to see how 3 and 2 switch for each other. Sometimes people go like this, but it's much, much easier if you teach your hand. And it takes a little teaching, but it's much easier if you're switching 2 and 3 and back here. And then 2 goes down again there for your 5, 7 chord and back to 1. So why is it called 1, 4, and 5, 7 is a good question, right? So in the key of G, just like in every other major or minor key, we have 7 notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And remember that F is always sharped in the key of G. And if you haven't played a G scale in a while, you should. So the chord that I build by stacking thirds, you remember what thirds are, right? If I skip on 1, 3, and 5, I have this chord. If I go to the 4th note of the scale, see that? C, E, G is called a 4 chord. But the way that we were playing it before had G down here. C plus E plus G in any combination, it could be G plus C plus E, is called a C chord. And in the key of G, a C chord is a 4 chord. So that's good to know. It's good to know that this and this are the same kind of chord. Loo, la, loo, la, loo, right? And we could do that with other chords. See how I can take a G, take the bottom note, and put it up here. Not that you have to, but it's a move that we can do. I could do it again. And then there. These things are called chord inversions. We're going to talk about them as time goes on a lot. I have 1, 3, 5. Then I'm going to do 1, 3, 5, moving G up. And then I'm going to move B up to the top, so I'll have D, G, B, see? And I'm going to use 1, 2, 5. And then 1, 3, 5 again. So anyway, back to it. I got a 1 chord and a 4 chord. Now if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to build a chord that skips on D, D to F sharp to A, because you remember F is always sharped in this key. This is called a 5 chord, right? Because it's the chord built on the 5th note of the scale, okay? Now, if I were to skip another note, if I go 5, if I go D and F sharp and A, and then skip B and play C, I have this kind of tense sounding chord, right? Now suppose that I put the F sharp at the bottom. Oops, there it is. Here's my F sharp, and now I'm going to skip A, and I'm just going to play C and D. See that? I had a C and a D and an F sharp, or a D and an F sharp and a C, F sharp, C, D. And see how easy it is to get from this chord to that chord, right? And the extra note in a 5-7 chord just makes the chord tense, like so it wants to resolve, right? So if I go yada, yada, if I just leave that sound hang out there in space, It wants to go somewhere. This note wants to come down one, and this note wants to come up one. You hear that? That's a common thing that's going to happen a lot. Now I'm going to talk about it real quick with our right hand, just so you know that there's a little bit of a difference of the fingering, right? I'm going to do, here, let me show you the notes again. So here we are in the treble clef, right? Come on, focus. There you are. See how it goes 1, 3, 5, and then 1, 3, 5 again. Back to 1, 3, 5, and then 1, 4, 5, and 1. And I'm going to play it right now. You can play it too. I know you couldn't really see that one there. Ooh, it's hard to do like this. I'll tell you what, it's not so easy to play piano while your hand's holding a phone. So you have 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 4, 5. Right? G, C, G, D, G. Just like the other thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I use C as the base of a chord, the root of a chord, that's my 4 chord, see? And if I invert it here, just like that, it folds back down really easily. Okay, I want you to mess around with G, C, and D because they're excellent chords. Okay, so anyway, take a good hard look at 1, 4, and 5 chords in the key of G. Play the New World Symphony that we had from last time. And if you want to take a look at the Duke of York Strut, you can. That's what we're going to talk about next week. Anyway, I hope that you're doing well, and I'll talk to you next week, okay? Goodbye, Sebastian. Have a great week. Talk to you later.